Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Trader Tim from eMoney Mind, and today is the 19th of June, 2017, doing a market analysis video to get our week started. I wanted to begin with a weekly chart of the S&P, the eMoney S&P, and just to kind of give us a sense of how far we've moved if we go back out from the beginning of 2015. 1800, 1804.25 exactly being the low, and now sitting up with a high at 2451.50. So we've come a long way, and we are continuing to just at every buying opportunity the market is being bought. Last week we saw, the last 2 weeks we've seen some decline, especially in the Nasdaq. That has sort of broken trend away from the S&P and the Dow. And if we look closer at just the E-mini S&P, you can see that when we dipped down below the 61.8, it was immediately bought and we rallied. Back here with this the hammer formation we had a couple weeks ago at the end of May, as soon as the market dipped, it was bought again. The big body candle, the gap down in the middle of May. The following day we rallied off of lows. After testing this 50% a couple of times, we rallied again last Friday and then gapped up today into new highs. So I'm going to go ahead and draw up the next retracement, recent lows to highs. That gives us a 2433.88. So just round that up, 2434s for our next long entry. Kind of puts us right at the top of the negative 23% target from down below, as well as kind of the mid to upper area of this consolidation range. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of a sideways to pull back action down to that 2434, and then get another continuation up towards the 2500 area. We've got quite a bit of room to run towards that 2500, but seeing as we've come quite a bit in just these last couple of months, there's been, it hasn't just been straight up. We've had a lot of consolidation and then a leg up. So I would expect that sort of pattern to continue. Now, if we come over and look at the S&P compared with its volume for the SPY, and the same with the Dow on this rally, not extreme high volume, but if we compare that to the Nasdaq, which broke down a couple Fridays ago, we've got about 2 weeks ago we had the big sell-off, and it's going into more of a bear flag scenario, and we'll look for either a break of lows to send the tech sector lower, or if we can retest lows, perhaps we can break out of the top of the range and just kind of get a test of sort of the 50-day period moving average. But as it stands right now, the Nasdaq is by far the weakest of the top line figures. The VIX back down in the tens, and so things are looking pretty strong, even though we've got some resistance and some negative weighing effects of the tech sectors. The Amazons, the Googles, the Apples, the Netflixes are all kind of sold off. Apple gapped up today and then sold off a little bit into the close, basically all day. And let me pull that up here. I'm sorry, not Apple. What was I looking at? Netflix, Amazon it was. Yeah, so we had the gap up in Amazon this morning, and then closing the day down at its lows, sitting right at its 1,000 level. Amazon's the strongest, I suppose, of those four, as if we compare it to Netflix, looking much more like the Nasdaq in that bear flag. So interesting week ahead. The summer months can be a little bit smaller ranges at times, but overall we've seen some good trading. Um, Going into this week, I look for a retest of these highs, so either a couple days of sideways or a little bit of a pullback. We may get another day or two up before the pullback. We don't always come right to the negative 23 and then pull back immediately, just like back here from the 23.61 long up to the negative 23% retracement. Trade a little bit through it, then move sideways to down, and then traded at the next 50% retracement. So that's the trend we've been seeing for 1, 2, 3. Now this being the fourth daily long setup on the fibs. So we'll look for that to continue. If we get a failure, if we come down and break a major swing low, then we would start looking for larger short setups to take us into a more major pullback. So that's what I'm looking at for the week. You can tune in tomorrow morning. We'll be doing a live trading session. Check that out over at emoneymind.com/VIP. I hope you have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.